Funny or fun. I look to where you are, all over the country.
Hell yeah, we live.
To roam. It's you I must remember, the one to lead me home. The great mother.
What's up, everybody? Coming to you guys live. Just want to connect with the tribe. Yo, what's up, Michael? It says nobody's in the room. That thing must be broken. Anyways, yeah, this is gonna be actually the first live stream today. I am committing to doing a second live stream spontaneously sometime today. Don't really know when, but I want to do it because I am basically, right now, I'm just tackling my resistance in life. So that's what I want to talk about to start this live stream off, is resistance and what that looks like in our lives. And everyone watching this later, hell yeah, this is a tribe design, it's a tribe meetup. Definitely hit that like button and notification bell so that you can be notified of these things in the future. And furthermore, everyone in this room, definitely get the chat going, get questions going, because I'm just gonna riff, organic, raw riffs as we co-evolve this stream right here. Hell yeah, love all you guys. But let's just dive in. Situation, need to get out of it. Whatever it is, my friends, whatever your catalyst for your journey is, doesn't matter. But there's always a catalyst that makes you full commit, makes you jump in toes first into the waters of change, right? And try to swim, try to tread that water. And when we do this, my friends, when we attack that dream, there's that resistance, that force that self-sabotages, that is always like in your way. And how do we get out of our own way? Well, it's to know your enemy, my friends. I was just thinking, I gotta write about the art of war as it is applied to your shadow. And the fact that, it's funny, like just to turn on a video and speak to it, even though it's like, I love doing it, I get reward from it, I love to connect with people, and I'm good at it. So there's like satisfaction there. But why? It's like I overthink it all the time. There's so many things in my mind that like want me not to do it. And it's why, that's like, and it's the only fuck I really give. It's the only thing that I actually want to do, but why can't I do it? And my friends, this inner demon is the trickster, right? It's your equal and opposite force going the other way. So we have an inner self, right? And our self that we see right here. But he who is within you is far greater than he who we see out here. Right? This whole idea of the higher self right now in like the whole spirituality community is, and I like to definitely more think about it as the inner self, my friends. You're not over here, you're not 1,000 miles out, you're deeper, my friends, you're lower, you're more real, you're closer to the core, right? And you're closer to the soul because your ego is becoming a lens, a vehicle for that shit, right? And really, my friends, to get to that inner self, to really actualize your potential, what you're here to do, serve, create, build, the beauty we are all here to, manifest together and dance through the playground of Eden as it re-arises out here. To bring him out, my friends, is resistance. It's that stopping you. There's a minute perspective and then there's the eternal perspective, right? There's what you want right now, but there's what you want for yourself for tomorrow. You know what I mean? There's always those two perspectives, and it's like, where are you living from? Where are you living from? And when you can attain the first rule, my friends, is like upright vision, is to actually see, okay, I want to go here, I want to get there. I want to get to the place where I can be live streaming more, connecting on a daily basis with many beautiful people out here. That's where I want to be going in 2019 with this stuff. And to get there, right, I looked at it, I'm like, I'm going to have mad resistance to this. It's going to be hard, right? And truly, it's not choosing a dream that you think is going to make you happy. It's choosing a struggle, a pain that you are willing to bear. I'm willing to bear the pain of the constant resistance and all the bullshit that comes with videos that you would have no idea that is the result of that. But I'm willing to bear that shit. I'm willing to bear it. And, I just looked at this. I'm like, you know what? Hell yeah. I'm going to do it. So I sat down here, resistance hit. It's like, don't want to hit it. You know, and it was just like, you just wanted to go make some coffee or some shit, and it's like, bang, hit the live button. Trick the trickster, you know what I mean? Slam the door on Satan. And it's like, yeah, my friends, resistance goes so deep. And I've actually been writing a lot about, this is just like my quick notebook on resistance and the fact that like how resistance builds character and all these different things. And we can dive into that. That was just a quick riff to start this video off. I'm gonna dive into you guys' comments right here. Hell yeah. Glad to have come across. Hello, everyone. What's up, No Thang, Marie, Michael, hell yeah, bro. Atomic, Mark. Thanks all. Yo, let's get it going, my friends. So I got 15 minutes right here, but I'm going to be jumping on again spontaneously today. So starting now at 19:18, let's just drop any comments of things, like any reflective things, any questions, anywhere you want to take this conversation, my friends, so that we can just riff organically and co-create this build. One other thing I was thinking about, so let's just start it right here. My friends, we're all trying to get free. We're all trying to create a reality or like a more free, like financially free, abundant, harmonious, and aligned reality and life for ourselves. And that comes from two things. Alignment with the inner nature, right? Aligning with your own biorhythms. Resting. My friends, it's winter. It's winter. It's time to rest. It's time to surrender, my friends. It's time to just be okay and just watch. And really, it's a beautiful thing, right? But change is weird. It's like, you don't want to start that. That doesn't sound fun, but it's like, I've been having the greatest year of my life, period. Like the most balanced, awesome, vibing year of my life so far. And I don't know why chats aren't coming in, but there we go. And yeah, it's time to jump in with those, like to get in tune with the biorhythms, my friends. Just rest and let go. Get yourself into a place where that can be, you can do that, my friends. You know what? Manifesting is holding less. Hold less to manifest. To surrender is to receive, right? My friends, we really got to embrace that shit. I just made a video about that. Will be coming out very soon here. But to align with the inner nature, right? And then listen, to learn to listen like the prophets of old, to call the spirit, right? To listen to the spirit of the times, the spirit of the hour, and move in alignment with the greater nature out here, my friends. This is everything. This is what all the ancient mystery schools taught. This is what all modern psychology is just scratching on. It's like we must align with this nature right here, right? And let that shit balance out, live in accordance with our own nature. And as we're trying to do that, if we have that sight aligned in our vision, right, we are ever going to get closer and better and gain greater knowledge of what that nature looks like, right? And as we do that, playing in this Garden of Eden out here, we get to see how these two energies meet and evolve and co-create and, can harmoniously and collectively build something. And to align with the inner nature and the outer nature, right? It's to live in alignment. It's to live in alignment from the heavens and the earth. And when we can do this, my friends, it brings out the inner truth. It brings out the inner you. It brings out the inner fountain of youth, my friends. And the next level being is born. But yo, my friends, he who is within you will come out. He will come out when you let go of what you see right now, right? Is when you let go of your, we're so scared of trying a new thing, no matter how small. We're so scared of letting go of an old habit until we jump in and realize how beautiful every new moment, every new dawn is, because we're willing and open to the change it brings. And it's an amazing paradigm, my friends. 2019 is new templates down here. And so like bringing out that inner power within you, my friends, and like manifesting, into your true will, your true self, or the higher self, as you know, it is through that process of balancing, learning, and striving towards that, right? But that is met with mad resistance, and this is where you learn to solve all your shit that your disposition created. Let me know if you want me to riff on that shit really quick. Sorry I swear so much. I really shouldn't, but I think, I don't know. You know, it's just raw and real, live. Ooh, sometimes I don't know if it's my ego or divine communication. No thing, that is one of like the trippiest things in the world, because like our ego, or especially like when our shadow is trying to trick us, right? When it's rationalizing something, you don't even know it's rationalizing something. Let me think of I'll think of a good example here, but I get so confused all the time. For instance, like I'm walking down the street and I see like a beautiful woman go by me like a few months ago. And it'll be like, you know, and is my ego tripping over that? Like, should I go talk to her? Should I go after her? What was that like meant to happen? And it's like, you know, how much should I allow? How much should I just like let go and surrender and let what is meant to be done? Because if it's meant to be, it'll happen. But at the same time, my friends, like that's like the yin side of the pole. That's the left-hand side of the pole. Like the right-hand side of the pole, though, is like you gotta act on an impulse that you feel is true. You got to act on those impulses. There's the true will and there's the surrender to the universe. There's surrender to the universal will and true will. And the whole entire battle on earth, my friends, is learning how to balance God's will with your will and make them one and harmonious, and learn where and when. Like one is opposing. Yeah, it's deep knowledge of self, but essentially like no thing. I love that question. Is it my ego? Or is it like divine communication? And that is, you know, I don't have a straight answer for you right now. If I thought on that for a little bit longer, I probably could come up with something. Maybe I'll drop something, but that is something I do struggle with. And like, I think literally everyone struggles with. So one thing I will say though, is when I find myself rationalizing doing something, when I find myself having to think about doing it, I know it's my ego. Because like divine communication usually comes as like an instant I know, I'm doing. Like, you know what I mean? And then resistance comes in a way, and then you want to go lay into bed and watch Netflix for a while. But like, whenever I find myself rationalizing, I have to catch myself and stop, because my trickster mind be so damn deceptively smart, if you know what I mean. It's like the more intelligent you get, the more intelligent your trickster gets, my friends. There's an equal and opposite pull out here. Eyes of light, I do cold showers. I actually jump in the freezing cold river with my boys. Like, you should everyone go check out my Instagram at realityfiles with the underscore there. Just posted a epic new video of all of us, all the tribe jumping in the river. I love doing cold therapy. I, in fact, breathe outside almost every night for like 30 minutes to an hour in the cold, because when you can sit in the cold, and here's a quick tip for everyone out here. When we can sit in the cold, my friends, like a cold shower outside, and breathe into the cold, and like, so when your hands get cold, to like actually feel like the glove around your hands of light, right? Breathe into that and allow that shit to move and warm up, and your hand to relax into that glove as if you were sitting in a hot tub. When you can stand in a cold shower or jump in the freezing river and bring your body under to the point of control where you are relaxed as if you were in a hot tub, it is so amazing for your body. It literally cleanses all parasites from you. And on top of that, literally you feel like you're on a like a mushroom trip for a while after that. And like it builds your willpower and like your reassurance or your confidence in your own strength. And I don't know if there's anything much more important than feeling strong in yourself, that you are capable. Because if you do not feel strong, you're not going to go attack that dream, start that business, turn on this live stream, because you, like, I guess I love having practices in my day where, especially the physical ones, because you know you can win those. Like, if you just show up, you can win it, right? And like it just reaffirms that yes, I am capable of overcoming all these like minor challenges that like I think about and I overthink about, and then when we feel capable and strong within ourselves, it literally transforms our psyche. Very crazy, but cold showers all the way. Sorry, that was a little off topic, but I liked it. Michael D. Line, I'd ask a question. Does asking myself questions consistently, will it change my life and reality? Yes and no. Yeah, everyone in here, thanks for being here. We got, wow, 18-8 at 18. I saw it at 38, but that's awesome. Hit that like button so more people see this. I have only 6 more minutes right now, but I'm going to jump on this again very spontaneously very soon here. Actually, probably 10 minutes right now. But yeah, so I'm going to riff on Michael's question, and then anybody else. Do I have a video on how to do the cold therapy? No, I do not. But me and my boy Sage, martial arts master, power movement type dude, we're probably coming out with a channel on that stuff. Does asking myself questions consistently change my reality? So I was just on a coaching call with my boy Mikey yesterday, and this is important. Anybody watching this later, drop the time code and what we're about to dive into, because I want to find this one. And changing or recreating or transforming your reality, my friends, asking powerful questions and good questions, often absurd questions, right, is amazing, because it opens your mind to see something at different heights of the mountains, right? But ultimately, the question is a means to a different perspective. And what does a perspective give you? It gives you vision. My friends, to change your reality is ultimately to greater realize and see your past and where you are, right? Like, so I was talking to him about his ex-girlfriend, and they've been apart for a little while and whatnot, and he's asking me, how do I know, or when will I be ready to let go of all these like connections and karmic things? And like, she's always on my mind. How can I let all this go? It's like so attached to my soul. And the first thing to realize, my friends, is whatever you face, whatever you're trying to transform into reality, whatever you don't like, cringe at, right? It's part of you. It's part of you. It's not just a connection. It is part of you. It is already integrated into you, right? And it is to see why through the eyes of the above on the next plane, right? To see why all of this occurred, to see how this fits into the plan written for you, the script you signed as you showed up in here. And I'm not saying we don't have free will. We do have free will, right? But we have a disposition, and every challenge that we face and have to recurringly face, or anything that is like off in ourselves, in our reality, and with our friends and whatnot, is something that we are not fully observing and acting on from a place of understanding and like integration, my friends. And to transform the reality, it is basically, the questions are just little steps. And like, you can get really technical with questions, and I'm honestly not the greatest question master out here. Like, I ain't no like Stanford therapist, listening to you for 25 minutes. I'm more of a expressive person, but I guess I see change in, looking at my reality and seeing this from different perspectives. For instance, if you were facing, creative resistance, addiction is easy, because this is something I battled so intensely with. And it was like always, because like this thing, it's so dynamic, it's so complex, and it's beyond anybody's like understanding and grasp, really, unless you've been, no idea what happened there. But so with addiction, my friends, and questions, I guess, it was always questioning, like, it's funny, because like addiction and like your biggest struggle, the thing that you hate about yourself, or you think is so bad in your life, my friends, it's honestly literally divinely designed into your life. It's meant to be there. Stop fighting that shit. Like, stop resisting, stop condemning, stop shaming. And like, I did that, and I realized, like, shit, like, this is actually like I'm seeing my path unfold through this. Like, I'm going through it, right? And I'm like, the addiction's not getting better, but I'm seeing more and more clearly why. And I'm always asking myself, like, what is triggering me? Why is that in my life? If that was 10x, what would it be like in my life? If that was never there, what would it be like? But one thing about questions, my friends, I gave you the philosophical spiel on like what questions can do for us in terms of transformation. The thing about questions is they also create fear and uncertainty, my friends. Questions create fear and uncertainty. The only truth is before your eyes. And right now, like what I would honestly, 2019, my friends, is a magical year. And for me, like right now, what I'm saying is like, yo, it's the moment. It's not about trying to ask better questions, although there is a time like every day or every week, whenever to ask questions and seriously reflect on life and introspect and whatnot. But it's not all the time. It's like, once in a while, like gather experiences, gather trials, gather blessings, my friends, gather lessons, and then reflect and ask the questions. But when we're in a state where we're trying to change something only by like asking ourselves, I wonder what my life would look like if I was 1,000 miles that way. And like these kinds of things. Hold on. I saw something that was really crazy, but questions create doubt, uncertainty, and fear. My friends, to transform your reality is to overcome the fear of feeling like you're losing something, of feeling like there's no way out and that you're failing. To transform your reality, my friends, is to lose it. It's not even to lose anything. It's to discover something new, and it's to discover the fact that it is so exhilarating. It is so thrilling, and it is amazing what happens, right? When we're actually open to a different moment. Like when we open our eyes in the morning, we're not trying to manifest something. We're not questioning why we're in this and why it's like all this. And we're opening our eyes and giving out blessings, giving out gratitude, right? And saying to, whatever you believe is up there, whatever you believe you are, is like, I'm ready for the next step. I'm ready for the next phase of the journey, right? I'm here with open eyes and open arms, and I will suffer, the good and the bad, but bring it on. I'm ready to go and swim in the waters of change, right? And go and see what the day holds for you and move through that and stop giving so many fucks and stop thinking about the past and the future and get here and now, right? And see what it holds and dance with the rivers of change. Let go of what was, right? Like let go of I. It's crazy how much, my friends, you start to experience, right? And you gather these juicy connections, these juicy experiences and whatnot. I'm sorry, I need to add moderators to the chat. So I can he's in timeout. You gather all these experiences, right? So that when you do reflect, you see, whoa, my ego's out of control in this area of my life. Whoa, I am not showing up at all. Holy, who was that? Who was driving that bus? I was definitely in the backseat that time. Like, you know what I mean? And like when we gather these experiences, because we're open to what life is bringing us, right? And we're not holding what was. Furthermore, just on that note, my friends, transformation occurs through, I guess, trust. Because to surrender to a new paradigm, to surrender to a new moment, to surrender to the new day, you need to trust in something greater than you. You need to trust, and in fact, like as your trust builds, trust only builds when your understanding and knowledge build. You see, because you can't trust anything. Like blind faith doesn't exist. It's not faith. Faith is like absolutely certain in your mind, period. And it's not based on nothing. It's based off like intuition, understanding, and knowledge, and seeing this play out in your life, seeing the force of spirit like move through you, seeing it move through your life, and ever trusting the process more and more and more and more. And as we can trust more, we transmute the fear. We transmute the need for questions. We transmute the need for like doubting where we are and how we're feeling and not being okay with that, right? Because we're learning to surrender to the next moment. And when we can learn to surrender to the next moment, we can ever sink deeper into the Tao, which holds all the blessings and all the lessons, my friends. And reality starts changing all around you because you hit the center of the game board, right? You feel what I'm laying down right here. And Just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, I got time for one more question. Hey everyone, hit that like button if you're in here. Appreciate you being in here. I am jumping on a live stream spontaneously in the next couple hours today, or at some point today, because this is resistance I'm trying to face. But hell yeah. Ooh, attachment. You know what? Yo, next live stream, I'm gonna bring my girl Katie on here, and we're gonna go so deep into relationships. It's going to be the most like mind-shattering, reality-shifting, nose-bleeding session out here. Period. All of you guys, I'm just gonna be a filter. And we're just gonna talk relationships and attachment to the past. And I guess the one quick remedy I would just associate with releasing attachment. My friends, to hold less is to manifest. To manifest a new reality, or in fact, a true reality, which is beautiful as hell and harmonious and aligned, you need nothing more. We're all provided for out here, my friends. We're kings and queens in the Garden of Eden with the Father above and the Mother below. Like, we're good to go. That's good poetry right there. But to realize that reality, my friends, is not to do all the new age manifestation bullshit, but it's in fact to let go of what's not supposed to be there, my friends. To let go and see how much you really actually don't need and don't want. My friends, when we can clear and let go and face that shit, right? We'll get into the process of letting go because it's a long process, but just in general, keep this in your mind. To manifest is to hold less. We need to create space, right? So that a new reality can take its place. It's not about striving and striving and striving and striving and striving, but it's equally about going this way and letting go of everything that is in the way of that stream, right? You see what I'm saying here? And to let go, my friends, is to connect to a more authentic, real, and true stream of energy. That is how I've always found how to let go. And this is one of my arts. It's truly life's the art of letting go. Life's the art of dying, my friends. Letting go and dying are very similar things. And how do we die? How do we kill something? We stop feeding it. How do we stop feeding it? Pay it no heed. No heed. And to truly let something go, that means, my friends, it is to see it. Oh, this brings full circle back to an earlier point. To truly let something go is to fully see it and understand it and why you want it so much and feel that impulse and feel that connection. See if it's a relationship, see and feel that process, right? See why it happened. Why it happened in your soul's evolution, in the growth and development of you, right? Why was it there? And then when we can actually observe and make peace with it, make amends with the person and be clear and communicate that shit, right? After we do that, turn your eyes away from earth and never look back, because a new heaven and earth will be built for you. That's Isaiah 56:17 right there. The Bible already got all this shit written down. But when we can make peace with that, my friends, then it is to turn away and not when a negative feeling about it comes up, it's to not resist it, nor even it's just to watch it. No fucks given. At all the time, every time. And it's very rapid that it gets out of your psyche. It's very rapid. And the other side of letting go of something that's very deeply entwined into you, my friends, is you must create an equal and opposite connection. Anything that we're attached to, anything that we've attached our energy to in this matrix, we've attached ourselves to, if it's not right, harmonious, and aligned right now, we basically are still attached to it. What was I going to say there? We're attached to it because we have a stream of energy that we're not using in what it's for, right? My friends, you have infinite energy. You were endowed with the inheritance of a God, period. Like, you got to reclaim your inheritance. And to do that, my friends, it is to unfold and unfurl the knots that are binding us inside, right? So that we can actually be free. It's not about raising your vibration or gaining more energy or letting go of shit. It is literally about allowing the waters to settle, right? So that we can see and be clearly. And to do that, my friends, it is to reconnect to the stream of energy that is equal to it and is more harmonious, is more meant to be there. So for instance, if you have an addiction, if you love to smoke cigarettes, and you look at that and you see, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go that way. Okay. Well, it's not just to, fight the cigarette thing. It's actually not even to think about the cigarettes. It's not to go to war with the addiction. It's not to go to war with the old relationship and the attachment. Make peace with it. See it, right? And then let it fall out of your life. Stop fighting it. Stop resisting it. Because it's going to persist if you do that. What you got to do is, wherever you had once smoked a cigarette, maybe start doing primal movement. Maybe like go in the mirror and like dance and sing. Create a new hobby. Every time you wanted to like smoke or do that drug, or like think about that person and call that person because you're feeling lonely and in your own void, that person really isn't helping you grow at this point. He isn't really what you truly want. He's what you've known and are comfortable with. You have the most beautiful being waiting for you. When you can just pass your trials and tests and get to the cycles of the blessed, they're waiting. They're right over there, right? And my friends, all we gotta do is reconnect to the natural streams of energy that are supposed to be there, right? And the old ones that were like toxic will fall away. They'll be transmuted. My friends, this is the alchemy. We do not fight nor resist, right? If we are trying to transform, we transmute that shit. And to transmute that shit, there's two poles and we rise up the center. You feeling what I'm laying down? Yo, 24 people in here, all you beautiful souls. This was just a quick talk on quite a few things. I gotta end this and run, but I'm doing another live stream out here at some point today. And it's gonna be probably on relationships. And I want everyone to be in there, but also I want to do another live stream just for people that are looking to get a foot forward in this world and really start getting out here, progressing in their career, in their personal development, in building tribe, in building their sacred livelihood, and all these types of things. So I want to do a live stream for that type of person, which is going to be amazing. It's going to hold so many master keys. But Zach Burt, hell yeah, brother. I'm going to see you later today, maybe. Hey, Electric Tao. Electric Tao, I'm going to be on later. I'd love to see your face around here, helping me moderate. To hold less is to manifest. Hell yeah, TJ Hasley. I have this book is only full of poetry, rhymes, and raps and one-liners. Like, I was thinking of them, like, actually, it's whenever I just spit, like, raw and free, so many come to me. You know what I mean? My coffee. It's on my teeth, but. Megan33, 3, yeah, shoot me an email. I have tons of stuff about that type of thing. Anyways, later. Fam, take care. Love you, tribe. See you at the next one. Definitely stay blessed today. Stay peaceful. Love ya.